Miami-Dade County numbers are not what the Biden campaign would like. But they're also saying they're not ready to do any conceding. And certainly NBC News now says it is too close to call in the state of Florida. 92% of all precincts reporting. But as always, Eamon, too close.
Yeah, Shep, that's right. And over 10 million votes there in Florida. So a lot of people participating here. Still separating out the winner is going to be tricky, and it could be a longer night in Florida than maybe many had anticipated. And all of this makes me go back to our polling. You know, we've been conducting this polling for CNBC and Change Research on our States of Play poll throughout the year in Florida. And what we saw right at the end was just a little bit of an uptick for Donald Trump over the past week or so. The Florida Biden versus Trump number we had was 51-48 for Biden over Trump. But we saw an uptick of about 2 points over the last week for the president making a move there. And then in terms of his job approval, we also saw an interesting move for the president. His job approval back to 50-50 in Florida in our poll over the past week or so. That is a change because his disapproval had been higher than his approval number in the state of Florida. And that is something that you want to turn around when you're running a presidential campaign. It looks like that move, Shep, happened right at the end of this campaign. So if you want to catch a little bit of momentum, you want to do it right at the end, and you want to get it back above water in terms of the approval. In terms of the issues in Florida that the voters were telling us all through the year that mattered to them, number one was the economy, number two was COVID, and number three was political corruption. So that mirrors what we saw across the country, with the economy a little bit more important to voters in Florida than the virus. Of course, the two so interlinked. But that little surge for the president in terms of approval and in terms of his number against Joe Biden, that might be playing out across the state tonight, Shep.
Eamon, quickly, let's talk about North Carolina. Let's show the map out of there. 77% of all precincts in North Carolina reporting now. Joe Biden has an edge of somewhere around 3%. Now, sources inside the Biden camp say that they like the early numbers that they're seeing, but that they need to wait on the day of voting before they make any determinations. What do you think about what you're seeing in North Carolina?
Well, I mean, the day of is going to be so important. And of course, the question is the early vote, right, and how that plays out in North Carolina, because there you've got the sort of the cities and the suburban counties. And the president out on the campaign trail over the past couple of weeks has been saying, you know, suburban women, please love me, please love me. The president knew he had a problem with suburban women in those counties around metropolitan areas in all of these swing states, including in North Carolina. The president making an explicit pitch to them over the past couple of weeks. And we're going to see tonight whether that has any bearing on this result as we watch these results come in county by county. What matters is who showed up to vote today and who voted early all along in this election, Shep.
Eamon Javers, thanks so much.